Alright, and we should be back. So let's do this. Alright, and I believe it is 95 is game 3.
We were also supposed to get Mix at some point, right? Is that ever going to happen?
I think the problem with the mixing is just his schedule is all out of whack with ours.
Like, and right now he's on vacation too. So.
Oh, if he's online, dude, when we do LP, if he's still online, let's get him on. Like, this seems great.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely should start bringing people in.
I love this plan. This is great. Is LP even still here? I know he's here earlier. Alright, 95. This is obviously the best matchup in possible.
Like I still think this is like decently hard, because Luke is a good character, but a lot of Luke's strengths are sort of being passive, getting no beats and stuff like that, and Magdelina
just does a better job of that.
Yeah. That, and then, so it's pretty rough, but it's not like completely unwinnable. I think it's even-ish.
I don't think it's even at all. I think this and Eligor are my two favorite matchups in Magdelina.
They're definitely some of Magdelina's best matchups, but I don't think they're like Kimbhe Magdelina is like super Kimbhe favored, right?
Yes. I think this is as favored in the opposite direction.
No, I don't think it's close. I think like Kimbhe destroys Magdelina, and this is like slightly Magdelina favored maybe.
I guess I'll have to teach you a lesson.
Still has some good. Luke is still powerful.
Real fast, Charles. I say this every time I see a Magdelina. I'm gonna tell you. So I don't know if you know this. There's a Twilight Magdelina skin that you should be using, just for reference. All right. Let's see. Get black bar out of the way. Perfect. Seems fine.
So Luke, you don't have that many ones. They're pretty. So you have Fusion Flash, which catches everything but burst, right?
And dodge,
of course. And then, if you want to catch the bursts, you have Chrono Drive specifically. No other drive will work. And you have a Fusion Shot. Like, kind of stinks against a lot of stuff that just is willing to trade. It's only 3 damage. Like, it doesn't.
Fusion Shot is actually really interesting. Because this beats.
So I think Fusion Shot. There's a good argument for it because here, I mean, what you're scared of when you play Fusion Shot is you're scared of something going faster, right?
Yeah.
So Switch is down, so it's not going to be Switch Drive. So it'd have to be Spiritual Drive.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess also like a Spiritual Shot will do it, but you're really happy to see Spiritual Shot.
Man, Spiritual Shot would make you very happy. I like this a lot.
MoonKnight is not gonna Spiritual Drive this, right? Because it's a good matchup, so it seems crazy to just take a risk against Fusion Flash.
Yeah, in this matchup, I don't think I would keep Spiritual. I think I would keep Switch instead again.
I think it'd be really nice to have Switch here, just so you can try Switch driving the Fusion Shot.
Charles points out that he's done. I'm happy that it happened to you because the one time that I did it was started off on some drive. This is like the one time that she played out of character. I actually Fusion Burst would clash all his Prio 2 options. And then you still have Fusion Shot and Fusion Flash afterwards. That's interesting.
To like try and filter a dodge, I think that's reasonable. Also, I mean, I don't know.
It also beats Spiritual Drive, right? Like,
but I mean,
It does
I
not
think that
beat
the dodge
Excelsius.
isn't that big of a deal because the dodge is gonna like to a lot of flashes, right, or a lot of drives. So
It loses such a fusion shot doesn't lose to Excelsius Blessing so hard, right? Well, wait a minute. That can't be true. No, Excel Blessing is Prio 2, so Fusion Blessing clashes Excel, or Fusion Burst clashes Excelsius Blessing. And beats dodge it, and beats all the Prio 2 dodges. It also beats Spiritual Drive. And it sends. Let me just make sure of this. So you can't lose to Excel Blessing there. And then you have Fusion Shot as a backup if that doesn't work. It does lose to Excelsius Drive.
it's just really bad against bursts, right? And I think that's the biggest thing, that you don't want to be range 5 against a Magdelina.
I don't think that he's going to Excelsius Drive, because I think that he wants Drive earlier. So I really like this play. I think that this play...
It's so bad against bursts, though, right? That's the main thing.
Yeah, but I have ways to get back in next turn.
I mean, okay, you're gonna like chrono drive right into their blessing. I don't know. It's not.
I mean, it's probably
I think that
some kind of fainting, whatever.
you're really under a lot of time pressure. I don't think you want to run away from Magdelina with the burst. I think that, you know, okay, so this happens.
Yeah, tough.
This burst specifically is it probably doesn't matter too much which burst you pick.
Yep. Huh. Maybe he should be fainting.
Aliphant said at some point that she was so psyched out by the matchup, like she thought it was so bad, and she thought MoonKnight was so good that she's willing to take these crazy risks. But I think this is like really rough. I think this is not. Aliphant is very bad at taking risks, and you can see it here. Like this is not a good risk.
That is the funniest thing that we've, because I think Ali's is a phenomenal player, and like just that statement, Ali is too bad at taking risks. I think every piece of advice I've ever received from Ali since the dawn of time is, why do you play so risky? To the point like where she doesn't actually take risks very well. That's pretty funny.
She just like no idea how to play from behind. So I mean, she perceives herself as already being behind. And I don't know, you fusion shot, right? Fusion shot is, I think, the play you make here for sure.
Yeah, I think it was. I might have done fusion burst, and which would have lost. It wouldn't have lost it as hard as this.
Yeah, just like you don't want to like try and clash a dodge. I think that's pretty loose.
No escape.
Let us move.
Well, so this is really bad. Because also like flash is a big part of, and it's really nice to have flash up when your opponent has burst. I mean, flash isn't a huge deal against Magdelina because like doing 1 damage
Isn't enough. Yeah.
Fine, I'll just take the chance counter. You know, like I don't care. Normally, it's really good for Luke because Luke like gets his time and he's like, you know, great. I basically got 1 damage and a null beat out of it. Like that's bad. So, all right. When
Okay.
a strike or something and like lose to a blessing, you can memento burst. That seems reasonable. Don't lose to a memento burst if you're mags.
I think that this is has to be Excelsius Blessing. Do you care about the damage? Do you? LP, cracking me up.
Amazing.
Battlecon humor. All right. Excelsius. Okay, you know what? Actually, I think we have some cool safety plays too.
Is also not crazy. I think you memento burst here.
Gee, caught by shots. If we're gonna do that, it's not 6 damage though, Charles. It's because you could safety, right?
Yeah, but if you like safety blessing, then your blessing misses.
What does this look like? Excelsius Blessing moves 1. You get out of range of it, still hit her if you want, and you come back in afterwards. But like,
no, you missed an Excelsius blessing with this.
With Fainting Burst?
You don't care about blessing because you took damage and Magdelina didn't. So like, if you get an Excelsius blessing, you're happy because you know you got healed for 2, and the heal on the Magdelina did nothing. So it was like +6 for a trance counter. I mean, obviously it's amazing. So
It's probably just a dodge then.
I mean, I think a dodge is fine, but I think also just like, yeah, probably don't lose 2 memento burst. Because memento burst, I think, is the most obvious thing. So burst. Chrono strike. All right.
So what was that about blessing?
Why would you bless in here? That's insane.
Because it doesn't. Because the 2 damage I still think in this matchup doesn't matter so much, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is true. That, like in this matchup specifically, like if you just don't die, you're definitely gonna win for sure. So
Also,
this is fine, but yeah, I mean, okay,
you know,
this
this can send. If you want to be at range, this will send you across the board, right? This is going to be great. He's going to get hit for 1 or hit for 3, right? And then he's going to heal back up to full for herself. Yes, we will also heal Luke for the 2, but then we get to go full board again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, this is fine. Oh yeah, he doesn't even advance with Chrono. It's totally reasonable. Decides that the one-time token.
I mean, isn't that it's 2 life though, right? No, it's.
I mean,
no.
the point is that like you don't want to advance with Chrono to effectively deal 1 damage to Magdelina. Like you would rather have a time token than 1 extra damage.
Well, it's 0 damage, right? Because she has
0 damage. Yes. Okay, that's
so
correct.
it's literally 0.
That's all. Okay. Well. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like you memento burst.
Why would she play Chrono Strike? That's very out of character for Ellie. This is wrong.
It's not a great play. I think you memento burst. I don't really see what's so bad about that.
I'm gonna have to ask her about this. Is she tilting? Like after losing with Kimbhe? Like
she's just trying to play risky because she feels she's at a disadvantage, and she's really. That's right. It's pretty crazy.
This is like this is bad stuff that I do, you know?
I guess it's targeting like Excelsius Drive, because Excelsius Drive is reasonable against Memento Burst. I don't know, like.
Lend me power, Saint of Justice.
Turns out that this Safety Blessing does clash the Memento Burst.
Yeah.
Good point.
The time has come.
And then you just like drive as Luke, and you strike as Magdelina or something. That's fine. Oh, not even, because you can shot as Luke, right? Okay, well, we'll see. I don't know what you'd do in that situation. Probably shot.
Oh man, I feel. So I would just dodge here to get to level 2, but as long anything other than switch dodge, because
yeah. So the whole point is you want to make sure you want to try and play around flash as much as you can. As Magdelina, like I said, you don't really care about normal flashes, but you do care about fusion flash still. That sucks. So
yeah, but that's
you need to make it so that if you dodge, you can still like burst away next turn. Right. So sometimes dodging is a risky proposition because it does open you up.
Yeah, but he has burst coming up next, right? So this is a good dodge beat.
But I mean, I think that also afraid of a Memento Drive, so...
I think it's Memento Drive, so the only thing you don't want to do is switch dodge, because that clashes, or not clashes, no, it doesn't. Well, switch dodge is probably fine.
You know, 4 prio is generally a pretty good speed to go at against Luke. Clashes is Memento Shot anti-time, which I think is pretty loose. Like
That's super loose. Huh. Okay.
Right, because
just everything about Memento Shot anti-time seems loose.
well, it clashes a lot of your of the drives, but I think you would rather just Memento Drive.
I mean, I think that's what this is what I think the play is.
I think
it should just be a dodge.
I think dodge is also fine.
Yeah, and the only question really here was if he's worried about it, and I don't think he is, because we've hit on a blessing, right? The only other thing is, should this maybe be Excelsius dodge in case you do get clashed? So then you have other options that still have some hit confirm, which Priestess really doesn't. I mean, you still have these two, but like, eh. So, but I think Priestess is probably right.
It's really only the Memento Shot, and there's no reason to Memento Drive.
No escape. Got you.
Did you though, Luke? Did you?
Reveal yourself, Ancient One.
My tokens are better than your tokens. Alright.
Here, you can flash and you can shot to catch a burst, right? And
yeah. Okay, so we have things here. Man. There's I just want to confirm there's like no way this is a 5-time ante, right? I mean, maybe it is because we're already on beat.
Super valuable tool against Magdelina. I don't think you do it here because here you can still like outspeed reasonably easy. Going, you know, I think Fusion Flash
is already lost.
Reasonable, because it's only 3 damage, so you're probably not that scared of it. But the shots are also all 3 damage. I think you could like Eternal Shot here as Luke, and
that's loose. All of her options suck. And you know the worst part is because normally this would be a problem because you could just have like a dodge mix up against any other character, not against Maggie. And so yeah,
so
I guess
Eternal Shot specifically loses to Excelsius Burst. So I'm expecting a lot of Excelsius Burst here from.
Eternal Shot loses to Excelsius Burst. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh no, it doesn't, right? Never mind.
Well, we push, so we don't get hit.
Push out of range because there's a max range on Excelsius? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I would Eternal Shot as Luke. It's already starting to feel pretty hopeless for Luke, though, because, like...
Yeah.
Already level 2 and you've done 0 damage. Like, it's going to be a long game.
You know what? I don't think it's going to be a long game, actually.
Excellent.
We're already level 2. Because you know what? Because getting a blessing early, Blatm, I'm telling you, it's so good.
I don't know, I mean...
So LP, Excel pushes at level 2. So you can... but you can't hit. So yeah, Excelsius Blessing cannot push out of range. This is true.
Alright, when you see the 3-time advance, you gotta think that this is Maximus Mark.
I'm sorry, maximum what?
Like... Mark?
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, I don't know, this is like trying to advance so you get a fusion in or something. I mean, sometimes you can, like Eternal like Eternal Strike. There's one because it catches bursts, but
Oh, is she
I
trying to
don't
put her
really
in the corner?
know. Yeah, exactly.
It's 100% right.
Maximum
Yeah. And put her in the corner.
When you advance past, you get the 2 extra damage from fusion.
So why shot? Seriously, why shot?
Because
grasp?
will beat spiritual burst, so maybe that's the idea. Maybe you don't want to grasp because you want to like also send Magdelina away so you don't get hit. It's kind of weird.
I love Magdelina. I love this. Right?
So I assume that this was calculated. It was, you know, when you play stuff. So there must have been some calculation saying, okay, I'm losing this chain because if it goes drive versus grasp, what happens?
No escape.
Then you have to guess on the burst, right? So at some point you have to guess on the burst. This seems like a good point to guess on the burst because it's the least damage.
My light will not be quenched.
I mean, this is okay. Not what you wanted. I don't know why not lead. If you're going to advance 2, right? We put in the advance 2. Why not lead with Fusion Grasp?
Shot is 1 more damage. That's got to be the only reason.
I mean, I guess.
Like I said, it is safe against Spiritual Burst. There's an underspeed Spiritual Burst, so you can advance after.
Show me the path, guardian of
This is the second
I don't
time
know.
that he's
Like-
changed from Apotheosis to Solar Soul.
Yeah, I feel like the Apotheosis must have been a misclick because, of course, you want Solar Soul.
I mean, do you?
So
I
against
actually...
Luke is so good.
That's true. I usually Apotheosis against Luke. Huh.
I mean, just like being able to beat Flash has to be amazing.
Well, Apotheosis, the cool part about Apotheosis against Luke in specific is that all of his stuff is advanced at the start of beat. So, like, if they're going to hit you, they have to advance into it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, having Soak 2 against Luke is very valuable.
This is... I screwed this beat up by not focusing.
So Charles points out why he starts off with Apotheosis. Apotheosis is better for catching up if you're behind. But here, you know, he realizes the game he's not behind in this game, and so
you will always play Switch as Magdelina at some point during the game.
Yeah, that's a good point. That you will is very rare to go through a game.
I don't think I've ever
Without
gone
playing
through an entire Magdelina game without playing Switch at least once. Okay, so I advanced a little bit too far in his beat, which is my fault. We don't have... okay, so we have Blessing, Excelsius. Excelsius Blessing seems fine here for this. This is no good. It's just 3 to 4.
So the main thing here is Luke doesn't want to eat a drive. Or eat a spiritual drive specifically. So Chrono Burst is that. But here, Luke is risking the spiritual drive. Yes, because Aliphant is behind, so she plays crazy.
Yeah, I agree that Excelsius Blessing
play
seems
Chrono
great.
Strike because it does damage. Okay. Chrono Strike does maximum damage, so you play Chrono Strike. And then Excelsius Blessing because you don't want to like spiritual drive and miss. A burst, so you know Excelsius Blessing is pretty safe.
Okay, and this, there we go. This still seems good for us. Like, oh, okay, deal your 1.
It's actively good for Magdelina.
Oh, I think it's. I would take this all the time. Like, you lose a time and I take 1. Okay, fine. I don't like losing to Chrono Flash though, Charles. It doesn't feel like losing if you're Magdelina. Right? You get a trance, they lose a time, and you take one. Like I think I would. I think if you offered me that for like at any time during levels 0 through 1, I would just say, yeah, I'll take that.
You would choose for Luke to play
I would
Chrono
choose
Flash.
for Luke to play this pair at any point level 0 to 1. Like, and actively take it on the chin.
Okay.
Alright, this time
So now this is where it's
pause
like,
it.
I mean, at this point, you're looking at this like, how does Luke ever win this? So he's got a memento, right?
Yeah, I think this game is already... I think this game was over 3 turns ago, on turn 3. But, I mean, I think this is the...
memento drive, so don't eat that, so just dodge or something. You could spiritual drive here if you wanted to.
I don't think it's necessary.
I wouldn't. You lose to... Or you don't lose, but it's bad against Fainting Burst, which is also reasonable.
Yeah.
I'd probably just dodge just Magdelina, like, get level 3. Yeah.
This is an option.
You really don't want to get memento. That's the number one thing. Just don't get memento and you're going to win this game.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So... I have to beat Prio 6.
Prio 5, right?
Well, anti-time.
But if you anti-time, you can't memento.
Oh, that's right. Okay, perfect. So, Prio 5. So... That clashes. This is the Fainting Burst, though.
I think you just dodge, right? There's really, like, don't overthink
just
it.
dodge.
Just dodge. You're fine. What? Why would you... So Fainting Dodge, I guess, is predicting Lena and just saying, like, I want to get close next beat.
Yep.
And Fainting Dodge is also probably not terrible. I mean, like,
I think this is fine, right? Like, for her, if you're at this point, we just need to stay close, as Luke.
Yeah, the idea is that Fainting Dodge also...
I mean, beats
lose
spiritual.
other things, right? So, like, it's even safe against...
Not so fast.
So...
Give me courage, ancestor.
Same deal. Don't get mementoed.
Let them fall before my blade.
Alright, so now things are interesting in that I have concerns once he gets to 5 time again. But now we're level 3, it feels like we can't lose as long as we just hit them at some point. We really have to hit them at some point.
Yeah, so if you, like, Spiritual Drive, you know, what does Luke do against that, right?
Legitimately, the question that I'm asking myself right now.
You have to Eternal.
I don't think it would spiritual then.
I think Spiritual is fine against that, right? Like...
4, 5, 6,
Priestess
7.
Drive, that's also fine, yeah. Okay.
You know what? No, I would spiritual here. You're correct. I would spiritual. 4, 5, 6, 7. Could clash it with Fusion Grasp. Like, Yeah. I think spiritual is probably fine. Do I...
I think Priestess actually might be better.
So, I like Priestess more, but my thought here is... If I Priestess Drive into Eternal, she has to spend all of her time. Right? And then she has to build all that back up. Like, I'm going to take this small loss beat, like, by a little bit, you know, and use all of her time, whereas Priestess doesn't necessarily do that as much.
The time doesn't actually do that much in a lot of situations. It does protect you from Memento, but The most efficient use of time is with Eternal. Like if you can trade all your time for 1 HP per, that's really nice. The become active is kind of a concern, but it's not that much of a concern in this situation. It's more of a concern at the end of the game, but you can't beat the prio. Then you become active like at the very end of the game. That's strong. But like when it's like 15 to 14, become active does nothing because you're just going to stun guard through whatever's thrown at you and just hit them back. So you don't even care. So I wouldn't worry that much about Luke being at 5-time here.
Priestess Drive, maybe?
Yeah, I think Priestess Drive is totally fine. And I think as Luke, you Eternal Shot, Anti-Power, and I don't know, it doesn't matter what you do as Luke, you're really, like, I don't know, you're a single-digit % to win this game.
Yep, and this is fine. 5, 6... She didn't anti-stun guard!
Oh, that's not good. Why didn't you anti-stun guard? That's like...
Wow!
I think.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I almost leapt out of my chair when I realized you didn't anti-stun guard. Like, I can't believe that. It's the first thing I did. Was like,
I don't understand why you wouldn't do that.
Like, in fact, the whole reason that I was like, I guess Priestess Drive is better than Spiritual Drive is because, oh, she'll just anti-stun guard and I can't stun her.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like, this is...
I mean, it should have been the counter Annie, right?
Yeah, it's really bad. There's really no reason. I don't understand why. Okay, it's just weird.
Onward.
Like now. By the way, so this is the legitimate best possible outcome. I would if I could pick the pairs, and like the antis. This is exactly what I would pick.
I mean, anything that just like loses the Spiritual Drive is really bad. But I think there's an argument for Spiritual over Priestess here because they're both effectively.
Yeah, I like Spiritual because it's guaranteed, right? This is guaranteed to hit. Yeah, it was guaranteed no matter what. So I really like. I wanted to Spiritual. My only concern there is, like, if you're not going to stun her out, maybe Priestess is better.
Must be the reason for Spiritual is that you didn't want to like have to risk.
You know what? I think you're right. I'm gonna reevaluate. I'm gonna say I like Spiritual better because now I still have Priestess next turn, right? And the Spiritual is 100%. So like now that card is done for the moment, and I still have like Switch, which is only one worse for like my big prio moment. So yeah, I'm on board with Spiritual is better than Priestess here.
Yeah, I mean, Drive being down is the bigger thing, right? Because it's hard to outspeed and cover bursts in this situation. I mean, here you're pretty okay with all the flashes. You don't really have to worry about it because Fusion Flash doesn't do 3D; it only does 1. So you can just like Excelsius, whatever. Harmonious Strike. That's a good one. His fainting's down, so yeah, just Sanctimonious Strike and you're happy. So Sanctimonious Strike better than the Fusion Burst, which is the only thing that could dodge it, so.
No, it still hits. Because we've got one token to round it up.
Burst would...
No,
if Fusion
0
Burst
to 2.
Fast.
Fusion Burst is 2, and we are prio 4 with this, right?
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that like because we're faster, but that's normally the only thing you would think about. So Sanctimonious Strike can't miss. The only thing that can happen is you can get flashed.
Yeah, but that can happen no matter what. You can flash me as many times as you want.
Flash is 2 damage here. I don't think you really care.
Well, it's she is Fusion. Maybe we should try to beat Fusion Flash. That's an option, right?
Fusion doesn't push you into the wall, though.
What? Is this not it?
Luke will advance to space 1,
Oh,
Excellent.
and then
Got
Fusion will push you
Fusion
to like, the middle of the
Grasp.
board.
Fusion Grasp then.
Yeah, but that doesn't stun you, so you hit with Sanctimonious Strike,
yeah.
so whatever.
I think I like Sanctimonious Strike.
Yeah, and I think as Luke, you flash and you take your free 2 damage, but like...
What?
Okay. Or you can do this. Yeah.
This game is over.
And the idea with Excelsius Grasp is that,
Let us move.
again, it loses to flash, but it requires the time ante. It does less damage than Sanctimonious Strike, to outspeed a lot of stuff.
This is a better pair than Sanctimonious Strike.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that there are pros and cons to each.
Well, what beats this?
That's the idea, is that it's
Literally
Yeah,
nothing,
yeah.
right? Literally no pairs beat this.
flashes beat it, but you need to anti-time.
Sure. So your
Yeah.
anti-time,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
take my,
You just push Luke across the universe. So
Yep. Across the universe.
okay, yeah.
I also
Really?
want to 100% agree with you, LP, that I'm so on board that watching Luke get stuck in these 100%s warms my heart as someone who's just like sick of seeing myself get beat by eternal shots on rotation. Yeah, like, this is fine though. Like, if you want to flash and spend a token, I'm so okay with that. Because I don't think I can beat it anyway. I can't. I mean, I guess I could. Actually, if this was Switch Grasp, that you wouldn't beat that either.
Switch Grasp loses to the bursts. That's the main
Sure.
difference.
Yeah. So, but like,
The only thing that beats this Excelsius Grasp is a flash,
Reveal
and
yourself,
like whatever. So.
ancient one.
anti-time, because that's the important part. A flash anti-time.
Well, there's no sense of like an important part. This game is just over. Okay, yeah, great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's expected.
Oh, just conceded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this makes total sense. Like,
I 100% agree with this concede.
to win that game or something. I mean, just save yourself the time.
This is man. I'm just gonna call him out one more time. This is not a mixed concede. This is a regular concede. All right. So let me smoke one more cigarette, and then LP. Do you want to jump on the call with us for your games? All right. Cool. I'm gonna go smoke, and then I'll. Can you invite him? Actually, Blatm? Do you have that option?
But before that, did Charles want to give any comments on, or
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, Charles. If you, okay, well, all right, yeah. I don't know. I guess when I'm looking at that game, I'm like, I don't know if Charles did anything crazy. I felt like Ali was tilting,
Ali did not play as well as she normally does, for sure.
which is bizarre, right? Because like, she's so good. Huh. Alright. I will be right back. Yeah. I don't.
But yeah, she just really doesn't know how to play from behind. So, and she said in chat that she felt like she was behind from beat 1. So,
I can agree with that feeling. But I gotta be like, I would be, I would be tilted if I lost this Kimbhe against Magdelina. Like I would be.
I think that she really tilts. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm bringing it up. That like I don't think she tilted, so I don't think she tilts like I tilt. But I would be tilted if I lost Kimbhe versus Maggie. All right, I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. And I am going to restart the stream real quick. Are you there, Black? Oh.
Hey, what's up?
Alright,
There we
perfect.
go.
Man, I'm very happy that camera was turned away. Woo!
Yeah, that happens to my friends. Sometimes I press the wrong button for a second.
I'm like, dude, I just took off. I live in Arizona and it's hot outside, so I just took off my shirt too. So like, it would have been a moment. Let me tell you. All right, I'm gonna restart the stream real quick and we'll start.